Hello and welcome to the Impact Dynamics podcast.
I'm Andy Little.
I'm Plushy.
My name is Rusty.
Tonight we're talking about Little River, Noyoka, and the good old Joe Biden debacle.
Oh, right, here we go.
Wow, I got political real quick. Match director, mate. Match director.
Chemistry powder, bang.
Hope that's enough.
We need your vote.
Now we've caught up to where we are on the podcast.
All right, go on back.
Roll the outro. Well, here we are.
Yeah.
We are Joshless again.
That's all right, we can do it.
We could be toothless.
Some are, and we are down to one camera as well, because guess who has the other cameras?
What are you doing with the cameras, Josh?
Yeah, not sure, but Josh needed to borrow the cameras and not be here tonight. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, have fun.
But we've kept Andy off the lights at the back of the
All right.
of the set.
They're approximately the same colour tonight.
It's definitely not as fun.
Less fun podcast. Absolutely. How are you, gentlemen? You've been shooting, doing all sorts of things?
Yeah, been pretty well.
Doing well. It's my
Plushy?
birthday.
It is your birthday, Plushy.
it's my birthday.
It is your birthday.
I didn't think you'd bring it up. I thought we would have to.
I thought we'd have to. Seeing as though he's brought it up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Andy, you need to quiz him a little bit about his birthday.
Gee, that's put on the spot. So your birthday's today. Do you know what hour you were born?
No idea. In the morning.
In the morning?
Yes.
Cool. Only 20 years ago?
Only 20 and another 22 years on top of that. Yeah.
Because we got your birthday cake.
Oh, look at
Because
that.
I think this is the first time we've recorded on someone's birthday.
Here we go.
So I got you a fourth birthday cake.
A fourth birthday cake.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Look at that.
Yeah. Well, you know what I did? I looked up. Actually, probably blow that out because that's probably fire alarm.
That's all good.
And we're not
tell
going
me
to
happy
sing.
birthday. I'm not blowing it out.
This is a birthday song. It isn't very long. Go.
Happy birthday.
We're an efficient podcast here that like every second is valuable.
Why was he born so beautiful?
Still wondering that myself.
That's not actually a thought that has ever crossed my mind.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a fun US trip.
You guys are going to have a great time. So I looked at, I was going to get the number of the position that you were on the PRS rankings.
Oh, they don't make candles that high.
and then it was double digits. I'm like, I'm not buying two bloody candles. So there you go, mate. Make a wish maybe for the US and cut that in. And then we'll, you guys can have beer and cake. That's a good combo. Yeah,
Beer and
sweet.
cake. Well, you serve it up.
All right.
Boss man.
I will do that. Oh, here's your 4.
Right.
Here's your pink 4.
Keep that.
Did they have a 15 for Andy?
Hey,
It's not Andy's birthday. No, it's
birthday boy first. There you go.
Ah.
Pointy bit first.
Pointy bit first.
Here, take it.
Well, if I stab it,
good.
it'll be a sort of a plate. What's your hand on that knife?
Good cake.
Is it good cake?
Good cake.
I can tell you this, it was cheap cake.
That's disappointing.
It was cheap cake. Well, it's not about the dollar. This the value you bring.
It's the thought.
Yeah.
Cheap, yeah.
Yeah. So how many other birthday cakes did you get today?
Well, we sort of did because I was doing this, we did my birthday on the weekend with the kids at home. So no cakes today.
Oh.
Yeah.
So no cakes today.
Ah.
So this is the most expensive cake you've had all day.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just how you look at it.
I don't think the one I got on the weekend was much more expensive.
Very good. Well, now we've decided to eat cake on the podcast and fill our mouths.
Did those donuts count as cake, or they weren't? Remember we did that? We did that.
Yeah, I remember we did that donut video, but that also wasn't
cake.
Plushy's birthday. So not particularly related. Oh, you're just trying to give it a shout out of the donuts that we threw at each other for a not for a podcast, for an ID video for some reason.
Good times. For some reason, no, it was like 200.
50,000 subscribers.
50,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say 200,000, and I'm thinking, hang on.
You notice we stopped putting out a bunch of videos because we didn't want to hit 100 because we didn't want to have to do that again. Once was great. It was fun, but happy to leave it there.
How do you top that?
Exactly right.
That's right.
With cake.
Cake and a ginger makes it all better, right? Yeah.
Cheers. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Cheers for getting older. All right. Excellent. Now we've had that moment together. There has been a match recently. I should point out there's been a match recently.
has
You
been.
guys shot it.
You've got cake in your break.
It's not the first time.
Cake in your break.
Well, that's not my break. That's my. No, never mind.
Okay, we'll get to those items later. Let's talk a little bit about the Delta Tactical Steelpocalypse.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was. It rained.
It was.
Yeah, it was a little
sunny.
river.
It blew a gale.
I think it snowed. It was
Yep.
windy.
Where-
It was basically like being in Melbourne.
and that was just shooting through the shooter's brief, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we had everything from sunshine and not much wind, and then 10 minutes later, a lot of wind, a lot of rain, and then rainbows. And
There was a rainbow. Yes.
there was multiple rainbows.
There was.
Good to see the 308 shooters back.
There was no helicopter this year.
No helicopter. But yeah, it was sort of tough going there, depending on whether you shot and the wind really blew or switched around, and then it sort of died down, and then some guys got halfway through a stage and it started pouring down with rain, and
That was rough.
yeah, everyone sort of ran for shelter at that point.
So pretty Little Rivery type match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I think that the main point of difference this year was they moved the firing line forward. So a bit like 2019, except they chose to move the firing line forward instead of the roof blowing off.
not having really much of an option.
So they moved the firing line forward about 20 metres. So right at the bit where the water used to pool. They've got all gravel and stuff out there now and put all the barricades out.
Yeah.
It was actually really good. I actually prefer it to being under the shelter
Yep.
because when the wind picks up there, you can't feel it under that shelter. And being out there, you could feel when it picked up and let off, and didn't help me at all. I felt it and didn't do anything about it, but it was better.
Yep.
Much better.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Also, where you could come off the firing line, sort of get away from the noise a bit, but still see what's going on. You could get on glass 20 metres back and sort of get a more overview sort of look. Yeah, no, I liked it, and it was sort of gave it that more field sort of vibe rather than all really tight and squashed in a.
Well, Little River
area.
is notorious because you've got sort of that concrete strip that would be about 6 metres,
yeah.
5 metres deep, and it's sort of a long, narrow sort of firing line. But on the back of it, it's mesh, so you can't like many other ranges where you can sort of walk off the back of the firing line, and so you get this depth to it. You've got this limit, and it drops away, and there's mesh on it, so you can't walk through it not without a set of bolt cutters easily. And then there's sort of 2 stairs sort of coming down from it, so you come off the firing line and you're well off. You can't see anything, you can't observe anything. So, and it was very, particularly when people bring in 3 tripods to a match each, it was difficult to actually navigate through, and especially for me when I was sort of running up and down the range a fair bit, whereas a shooter will stay with their squad a reasonable amount, but trying to get up and down the range for a match director or anyone, it was challenging. So I certainly can see why they do that. It's a challenging range to do that on because it does, as you said, it dips down as you sort of walk forward a bit and then dips back up. So it might, but I guess if the props are high enough, it sort of counteracts that
Yeah,
a
they
little
put
bit.
a bit of stone down there to keep the mud the mud away, which worked pretty well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it worked good.
Yeah.
Like they had a sort of the firing line was either flagged or open depending on whether there was a barricade in the way, and they had about 5 meters or something like that. And there was more flagging, and was sort of supposed to be that only the officials and the shooter were in there. And then it's sort of over the course of the weekend, obviously everyone just migrated in there. There was a couple of marquees in there that gave you the ability to stay dry when it started raining. So then there was like 25 people huddled a 3 by 3 meter marquee, and it was good though being out in front of the firing line, and the wet weather covers for your rifle certainly paid for themselves.
For sure. Definitely.
There was jackets thrown in the mud. There was all sorts of things to try and keep rifles dry.
Yep.
And then as you got a bit confident, you're like, oh, it hasn't rained for like 2 hours. So the rifle covers went away, and they'd be on ceasefire, and the rain would just come down. You're like, oh,
See all the people running back, throwing covers on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kangaroos made an appearance
Always.
yet again.
Yep, as they do.
Yep.
But did it? I was told it didn't slow things down too much, or was it?
I think actually we would have. We didn't finish one. The last stage didn't get finished
On the Saturday.
on the Saturday.
Yep.
We finished it off Sunday morning. But I actually think that we sort of got the message to get the hurry up at about 2:30.
Yep.
We did that message about 10:30.
Yeah.
And we would have got through the stages, I think.
Gotcha.
They got pushed through pretty quick. But the roofs weren't too bad. We probably stopped half a dozen times on Saturday afternoon. to chase them away, but it was
I think
all right.
maybe there was only 3 target failures. I think about 3 or 4, not many.
Considering they were closer than normal as well,
True.
that wasn't bad.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so 480 was our furthest distance.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
Yeah, I reckon average target engagement would have been 3 to 350.
Yep.
So it was kind of a closer range match. I think the intention was to try and get away once you get past that sort of
300 metre mark.
300 metre mark at Little River, and you get that wind tunnel effect picks up.
Oh, okay. I was bringing up 300 metres for a different reason. Is because 300 metres, if you need to go past that, you have to shut down the other range to be able to get past 300. But you can do everything within 300 just by closing your range.
Yeah, we got shut down quite a few times by the range next door. Where they wanted to go up and reset their target at 500 metres, which meant we had to stop shooting.
Yeah.
So I reckon that it actually probably slowed us down as much as kangaroos did this time.
Yep.
Okay.
For whatever reason, they seem to want to go out the back of it.
Or they would have a rule out the back, so someone had to go out and chase it, shut down our range. And
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because that was always a factor. Like those two ranges, you can't go past 300 without shutting down the other range, and there was hourly shutdowns. But I think certainly we had previously negotiated that they wouldn't do it every hour. There was only every second hour they're going to go out, unless we needed to go out. Then they would sort of open it up. Yeah, it's a balance, because for those who are not familiar with the range, the main range, the big range, is a public range, and on a weekend is filled with all sorts of people. I think it's 40 lanes or something wide, maybe more, and so you got all sorts of people on there doing whatever type of shooting they're doing, and you've got this sort of limiting factor where both ranges have to stop at the same time for things to happen.
Yeah, I think that was good. We had a Roo Raptor. Ready for Ian's upgraded from a wild track to a Raptor.
Yep.
That was
got rid of the ruse quicker.
I think he may have had oil pressure once or twice. the 20 times he went down range before he gassed it.
Yeah.
So not sure about how the warranty's going to go on that. Good luck.
Yeah. Well, they got Bajo mode, don't they? Or something?
They do. Yeah, I believe it still needs oil pressure before in the turbos before you.
True. Yeah. It wasn't much warm up.
No. He was having fun.
Yep.
Gotcha.
It never went over 20 k's an hour though. Never breached the range speed limit once.
No, not a single time. Correct. He just got to 20 very quickly.
That's right. Yeah.
Or whatever the range limit is.
Correct. What else happened?
Well, let's talk about how you gentlemen went.
No, before we
how
do
did
this,
you gentlemen?
Okay. No, Saturday morning. The cat's out of the bag.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
usually a match in the morning, every morning on Saturday, Sunday. I'll go and politely ask the range officer if I can wander down range.
Oh yeah, this one.
And go see what the wind's doing down range. It's something that I do, and usually there's a couple other people that do the same thing.
Yeah, this is fun.
And then so I did that, and then he's like, "Oh, you can't go past 100 meters without a high vis vest." I'm like, "Okay, no worries."
Yep.
So I wandered down, and I think you guys were not far behind me, and
me and
we were chatting with the Kiwi.
Yeah. And
we turned around, and there was like 85 people wandering down the range with their kestrels up in the air. We're like, it seems like the secret's out. Well, there was actually so many people down range that we talked about doing the safety brief at 100 meters, because there was more people down range than what there was behind the firing line. So it seems like maybe the cat's out of the bag, but it's a good idea to wander down the range in the morning, just have a feel and see.
Yeah, well, I mean, that didn't help me, did it?
No, it did not help me.
I mean, I can see that being helpful to all ranges except Little River. But for those who perhaps are not sure why that's of benefit, like, Plushy, why do you actually do that? What does that help?
We don't spend a lot of time downrange, obviously, but seeing where the gaps are in maybe the terrain or the trees or the berms or something like that, or so seeing where your wind tunnels are, so where you're going to get a bigger wind effect on your longer range shots. Getting a feel for what wind indicators are downrange. You're like, oh, there's a ribbon over there, or there's a tree over there that you can't really see, or there's some long grass or something like that. So when you're on the firing line, you've got some things to look at downrange. And the other one, just getting a wind speed and direction is not really useful at Little River, but a lot of places it's good to get the prevailing wind speed and get your highs and lows, what it's gusting up to, what it's leading off to. Gives you a bit of information for during the day. Can be when you've got the undercover shelters and buildings and trees at the firing line, as we see. It can be quite difficult to get a feel for which way the wind's actually coming from, what the actual strength is and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it pays to go down range.
Yeah.
So if you were unrestricted, would you go down the entire range
sure.
and sort of walk to the end and back, and
Absolutely, yeah.
you're observing sort of the high points, low points, any sort of little some ranges dip down for a bit and then lift back up. So you're observing all of that as you're going through.
Absolutely. Like at Canberra, you wouldn't realise that the big dip that goes down at Canberra is actually quite deep. There's a real big wind tunnel going through there. You're not in wind that's 3 meters off the air. You're in wind that's 8-9 meters off the air or something like that.
Off the ground.
Off the ground. Yeah, not off the air.
It's in the air.
Close.
It's still off the air. It's just off the air above.
Or even at our local range, unless you walk down past the 300, you might not necessarily see that there's a big gap in the trees between the 385 and 500 berm, things like that, which you might not be able to see from the firing line.
No, like as a general rule at our range, if the wind's blowing from the right, once you get to 300 metres, your wind call doubles to what it is inside 300 metres. Give or take. And if you hadn't walked down there to see that there's firing lines, shelter, berms, and then paddocks, so you can see why the wind gets up and gets through there.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we've told them too much now.
Oh, this is what they meant. Well, I mean, the cat's out of the bag, apparently.
Yeah, well,
but it doesn't blow from the right for PRS matches. Fishtails.
Yeah, that's it.
Fishtails, and then nobody knows.
Oh, it was a weird thing at the range just at the weekend just gone. I actually had to hold left. I mean, it was one of the
thing that happens
very
occasionally. Yeah.
Well,
did you have your scope on backwards or something?
Maybe. But no, it was just a weird thing. Like I can't remember the last time I had to hold left of target at our range.
When was the last time you were at the range?
Last weekend.
More recently than I've been.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just whenever I think of Monado and there's wind, I'm always holding to the right. But it's
unless we have a PRS match, then it comes from the front
everywhere.
to the back.
Yeah, that's it. Everywhere.
It keeps you guessing. You guessing. What range have you been to that you've been most surprised by sort of the lay of the land and the impact on the wind? To put you on the spot.
Hilltop's got that decent gap, about 300 metres.
There's a little wind funnel where they've got a fire access track cut in the scrub.
Okay, so this is off the side of the range, and this is like an area that from wherever you would be, you don't see.
Can't really see it.
But if you are aware that it's there, you can see that the wind's actually going to travel down there, be funneled in from the trees and hit the range faster there than it would elsewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all different, like wandering down. I think we're allowed to go forward at Canberra.
Yeah. It would have been interesting to walk forwards at Tassie.
You would have needed big gum boots.
Yeah.
I'm not sure walk would have been the way to do it.
It's just from until we had a target failure and the first people went out there to replace targets, I had no idea that they were up like above head height. Do you remember that? They went out there to replace targets and they're hanging targets above their heads and the grass was like up to their shoulders. And I'm like, oh, right.
Yeah, right.
That's why we're not seeing misses. Yeah. It's disappearing in grass.
That's a good question. I don't know. They've all got their own little unique features, which is just good to get your head around.
Yep.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, we'll go for a K walk at Nooka.
We will.
2K walk, return.
Maybe drive.
Oh, well.
Nooka is really a bit of an unknown for many people shooting it. So, hopefully you get some good access to be able to sort of see the place and walk around. Does Google Maps give you any benefit here? Does it show you anything that perhaps if you weren't able to go downrange see?
It'd probably show you where like tree lines are and roads are and things like that. Yeah.
I believe there's not many of those. There's a mountain range off to the side and open paddocks, I think.
Yep. Okay.
It'd be interesting to see. But yeah, Little River, how did we go?
I'm consistent.
I am not consistent, was my takeaway.
You're consistent, but a lot further down.
I'm consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, okay. So where did you finish, Plushy? Plushy?
8th, I think.
8th?
8th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I should have got you 2 cakes with 4 on them.
Yes, that would have been more appropriate.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it took me a few minutes to remember how to shoot on Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was a bit nervy.
You were nervy.
I was, yeah.
Why were you nervy?
Well,
You've done this plenty of times.
I know.
Plushy.
I bought the 25 Creed out that was going to decimate the wind.
Oh, and this is the new first time running it in a
PRS match. Yeah, actually, first time running at a match. Yeah.
Okay.
No testing.
Smart.
No testing occurred.
Genius. Okay, good.
Yeah, put it out, and I was just like, a bit shaky, and I could actually see my heartbeat in the reticle every time I had my heartbeat, which was.
Is that something you normally see, or are you pretty? You're pretty calm.
I can be a little bit nervy first stage, but usually first stage it's gone, and I settled into it. But it took me 3 or 4 stages to settle into.
And is that nerve just just nervous for the weekend, or how how people will see you, or is it your performance, or where does that come from?
There's additional pressure because that's the gun I'm taking to America.
Okay, so this is sort of self-appointed pressure where, this is I've committed to this, and this is a big deal right now.
Yeah, correct. I need this to work. And so I made a bit of I should have run it in a club match first, and I was running the projectile. I was pretty sporty, over 2,900 feet per second, but they wanted to shoot good there. That's why I was happy shooting there. I'm like, okay, I did this, and I did some train up at home. But at home, like my close, I got a target at 300 meters that I almost never shoot. And the next closest is 450, and then it goes out to a K. And I'm like, this is fine. I can see what's going on. No. So inside 350 meters, I could tell you if I hit the plate or missed the plate. Was what I could tell you. So a bit too much recoil, a bit too snappy.
Yeah,
so I was giving up plate read to the guys, and bearing in mind the average target engagement was less than 350 meters for that match.
Yeah. I was just going to ask about that. So there's probably not the wind of that match is a factor, but perhaps the layout of the targets.
Yeah,
not
correct.
So much.
So on Friday, I was actually pretty happy because I'd at 500 meters, I was a 10th or 2/10 inside all the 6 mil guys. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
And then I started shooting targets at 300 meters, and I was like, well, I hit it, or I didn't hit it. I'm like, how do you make an adjustment off of that? You couldn't. So my takeaway was, one, I know better than running a cartridge untested in a KRS. I did it anyway.
Yeah. Got to live a little.
So my takeaway from the match was I'm going to slow it right down at 2750 or somewhere around there.
Yep.
And that should give me a bit more time to see what's going on.
But still, the benefit of the 25 cal.
I think so. Yeah, definitely. You're not giving up anything to a 6 mil. At, even
dropping
ranges. Back. Yeah, and then you get the benefit. I sort of my takeaway was, well, I might get a 10th or 2/10 in wind advantage. I'm losing the entire width of the plate, which is 0.3, 0.4, because I'm either hitting it or missing it, and I wasn't making an adjustment until I missed it.
Yeah.
So I was giving up way more than I was getting.
Gotcha.
But then on the stages where there was some distance in there, I could see what was going on.
So you
and
think
make adjustments
this will be actually sort of play into your hands a little bit more.
I still think I'll slow it down.
Okay.
I'll keep it slow. I'm not going to assume at Naoka that every target's going to be at 800 meters. That's not going to be the case.
Yeah.
And then I've got the Monado match after.
Yeah. Which everything will be within 500.
Correct. So I'll slow it down for the next couple and then make a choice.
Okay.
How I like it and how it runs. But yeah, speaking to my inconsistency, I think on the Saturday when I sat down on Saturday night and looked, I think I cleaned 4 stages on Saturday, which is as many as anybody.
How many stages were on Saturday?
9.
Okay.
And then I dropped 23 points in the other 5 stages.
Okay.
So it was very up and down. And Sunday I did quite a bit better on Sunday.
Yep.
You came back pretty well on Sunday.
Yeah, I think there was 6 stages on Sunday because we had to finish shooting the one. From Saturday, I think I dropped 12 or 13 points.
Okay.
In 6, which was okay. I think that was pretty good for the day, but it wasn't by no means the best.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a very up and down day, but I'm learning how to shoot in your caliber. It's different. You can't get away. You can't get away with as much with the heavy recoiling rifle.
Okay.
It's kind of my takeaway.
You reckon at Naoka having that heavy appeal, you hopefully swing the plates a bit more, and that will help you too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's it's not built. That rifle's not built for 350 meter matches. It's meant for longer range matches, and I still think it's the right thing to do for the States.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think so. We'll see.
Andy, Steelpocalypse for you. How was it? Did you have any organs removed or anything prior to the match?
No, that was my mistake.
That was your problem. Yep, that was your first mistake. Okay.
Did I have a zeroed rifle? No.
Okay.
No, right. I mean it was very close. Thankfully, Aaron helped me out at the range one night. We sort of did a bit of load development and confirmation at distance, but I knew that I was probably 2/10 off or something like that. So re-zeroed it on the Friday. Did a whole bunch of practice, hit all the targets. Felt pretty good, pretty confident. Sort of got my head in the game. Saturday morning,
it was out of the game.
No, Saturday morning.
There we go.
I was doing real well.
Yeah.
I think I got a 9, a 9, a 9, and then it started to taper off, and that's where I got 5, 7.
I see the next one. It was support side that you tapered off on. Is that because it was support side? Support side a bit of a struggle for
No,
you?
not because it was support side. I think at that point, let's have a look at the stage 6 at my notes here.
Okay. Oh, you write some notes.
Yeah.
Kept some notes.
Do I need the beep button?
Why is that one stage 6? But that's not the support side here.
Stage 7.
Winds changing direction and speed.
Yep.
That was my first stage Sunday, so I was pretty, I don't know, not that good on the Sunday morning.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway. And then you'll notice that some other ones here, timed out on there.
That sounds interesting. So after each stage, you guys write like a little, after some of the stages, you write like a little one-liner of how you went?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that something you do, Plushy?
I've actually stopped doing it because I used to write what I did wrong.
Focus on the negatives. Good.
Yeah. So I've been doing a little bit of the mindset work, mental mindset work, and writing. Well, I probably haven't worked it out yet. All I do it a little bit is writing what I did well and some things to work on rather than what I did wrong.
Yeah, rather than just
a little bit of
focusing
mental reset, yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. I wrote some things that I did well. Other things I wrote, I thought I wrote more. Oh, yeah. Fucked wind. And then fucked my mag change.
Wow, you were getting grumpy at this point.
Yeah, because that might have been the one where I did a double feed. There's a good video of that. I haven't put up and probably won't.
Oh, come on, put it up. Put up the video.
You can't see it from the angle because the angle's from behind. And
yeah, but we just know.
And then there was another one that I only put 8 rounds in the mag. So I was like, damn it. And I was doing really well and dropped 2 because of it, or dropped 1 because of it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the double feed, that was frustrating because I think that was the support side one. It was a compulsory mag change, and I got down into the last position, and I pushed the bolt forwards on the 10th round.
Yeah,
and I went, oh crap, that's right, compulsory mag change. Dropped the mag, put the new mag in, pulled the bolt back and went forwards again. I was like, damn it, straight into a double feed, and then timed out. So that's well.
Do you guys? How do you go about planning your mag changes apart from not very well? Plushy, do you plan where you're going to change your mag?
Usually.
Yeah.
And usually after the 10th round goes in and then you close on the 11th.
Yeah. Oh, it's empty.
You're like, oh, that fared really well. No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Goes to mag, yeah. No, usually a lot of planning, not really, not a lot of thought. Usually I'll do it at the last opportunity, so when you change position.
The last chance, yeah.
Yeah, usually unless there's you're picking your gun up and you're moving, 4 or 5 steps.
Yep.
And you got time to drop it and then do it earlier in the stage. But I'd rather keep my spare mag in my mag holder for as long as possible.
Yeah, just in
case I have any problems.
In case something goes and you can drop a mag. Yeah,
correct.
Okay.
So if you
how many mags do you normally run?
I've always got 3.
3. Andy, are you the same?
Yeah. So I'll start with 1 and then 2 in holsters. Yeah.
I don't do that. No, I sorry. In that case, I'll start with 2. I've got a spare in the bag.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I always found I tried to always run 3 for like I would always try and do my mag change as soon as practical.
Oh, yeah.
Not like it's 12 round stage. I'll do 2 shots and then drop the mag. Maybe after 4.
It's like Counter-Strike. 2 shots, mag change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get that full mag in there. Yeah.
But I would do like say 4 shots, and then there was an appropriate time, and I'd be trying to look for that appropriate mag change as soon as possible without slowing me down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's obviously critical. But if you're moving position, obviously when I used to shoot a bit more, we were doing a lot more moving of positions.
Yeah.
And then I would have that 3rd mag for that. If something goes wrong, I've still got a full mag here ready to roll.
Yeah. I think that thing for me is I also don't want to waste time changing a mag if I'm not going to get the number of shots off that I had in the first mag.
Yeah. Just shoot faster.
Yeah, basically. And miss faster as well, yeah.
No.
But yeah, there's a thing in the back of my mind. It's like, well, if I'm only going to take 9 shots and I don't even need to change a mag because I'm going to run out of time, there's no point spending 3 seconds changing a mag.
Get it, yeah.
I think if there's a position where it's like prone and you've got to do a mag change, I'll often just go to my quiver, my 2-round holder, because I find that instead of reaching back and like when you're prone and a bit awkward, it's pretty easy to just pop them in.
That's interesting. I've started running AW mags again.
Yep.
Which are the double stack.
Yep.
Mags, which I find that feeding from the quiver is much quicker because you just have to throw them in the chamber then they feed.
Yes.
But with the AICS mags, you have to start them. I always used to have to start them into the chamber. So you sort of be fiddling around with it. And it was at that point, I was quicker to change the mag. That was with the 6GT.
Okay.
With even with the 25 Creed with the AICS mags, it doesn't want to.
Okay.
You still got to start it. You only got to start at the slightest little bit, but
Yeah, right. No, don't have to with mine.
yeah.
Toss mine and it works in pretty well. But it's
The
definitely
ticker, though, works underwater with
that's right.
full of dirt. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's definitely something people should practice is how to quickly pull them out, put them in the chamber, and see if it works to start with.
I would often do a mag change if we're starting prone, for example. If you practice again, you can grab your gun in a way that you drop the mag out as you pick your gun up.
Yep.
And so you don't lose any time. You grab your gun, and mag basically stays on the position, and you take that, and as you're moving to your next transition, you put the mag in. I haven't found it sort of loses any time. Yeah. So that's I guess when I was saying okay, 2 shots, great, get up, now put the new mag in, away we go.
That's good. Yeah, I avoid doing mag changes in prone if I can, in terms of while you're prone,
remaining prone.
Because you're sort of hands juggling behind.
Well, that's it. Yeah,
it takes quite some time. And I also try to avoid
start with the magazine in your mouth.
Yeah, I'd also
you can just spit it out to where it needs to be. You can hop to that thing.
It is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
I don't like doing it from like a high standing either, where you're in a rush, because if you drop your mag and then it lands on a feed lip, which it always does, that mag gets put away because it'll never feed the same. Particularly AWs. AICS doesn't matter; they'll just feed. But AWs, they need to be. They need to be about right.
Yep.
So I try and avoid that one. I'll even take an extra second to just drop it and put it somewhere, and then put the other one in, so I don't throw it on the ground.
I've done the old drop mag, sort of catch it with the foot.
I've kicked it forwards.
Kicked it
just
forwards
to break the fall a little bit, just like give it a tap. Yeah.
It'd be impressive if you could hit the target and be like, that counts. Surely that counts.
Well, I had to. I was actually next shooter up in that match. And unfortunately, Chris Pruitt put his bag down, and there was a little bit too much sand in the front, and it just toppled off the front of the angled platform with the rails on it.
No.
And he was like, "Can I get it?" And the range officer was like, "Not with the gun in your hand." And he's like, "Can you get it?" He's like, "Not with the gun in your hand." And I'm like, "Can I give him mine?" He's like, "I'll allow it." He's like, "Thank you."
Probably cost enough time by that point asking all the questions that it's not really any benefit.
And then it was wet and muddy, and I was like, regretted it afterwards. But anyway.
So
good. Okay.
So I guess after all of that, for a third time in the row, I got 15th.
Well, consistency is important in the shooting game.
Yeah, just not where I want to be.
Just not where you want to be.
I think I sent photos of that thing, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Sent photos of
onto the podcast chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Of him finishing 15th.
15th again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
15th is the new 6th.
Yeah, that's right. Have you gotten worse, or has everyone else got better?
I think I've gotten a little bit worse, but I also think the field in general have gotten better.
Plus you're suggesting a lot worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, possibly.
Now, speaking about the field in general, one thing I was speaking to Aaron about today actually was the third match being added into the standings this year, which has had multiple effects, it seems. You guys, how many matches have you guys shot each?
3.
We're 4 matches in? 5 matches in.
Oh, hang on. What have I done? There
Four
was
matches.
There was Monado.
Yep.
Then Sydney.
Yep.
I didn't shoot Monado. I did Sydney, and then there was Canberra.
Yep.
And there was Buchan, which I didn't shoot, and then there was what was that one?
Little River.
So there's
it's
been
5. Yep.
Yeah, so that was my third match. So I've now got a qualifying score.
So three
Not
to
a very
go.
good one, but I've got a qualifying score.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to ye.
It seems to be a lot of, I guess, because you've got to perform more consistently for more matches. There seems to be a much wider range at that pointy end. Like the top 10 used to be separated by, it was a lot closer for that percentage score. Whereas now you've got quite a big points balance across the mix, and then you've got a lot of guys who are 2 matches in, not quite entering the fray yet.
Yeah,
they will, but yeah.
Also, I think the difficulty of the matches has stepped up this year as well.
Okay.
We got the opportunity. I know at Monado, we didn't have, by design, didn't have a single gimme stage. Where there was, even the skills they're not gimme stages anymore.
No, which is good. Yeah.
So we had 16 stages where not everybody was, only the best shooters who did the right things were going to clean it.
Yep.
And so you've got that spread. Whereas before you'd have, not always, you might have 5 or 6 gimme stages. So then you've only got 10 stages for separation to occur.
Yep.
But then we got 16 stages for separation to occur. We're getting a bigger spread across the top 10.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
I think
That's fair.
something we're starting to see.
Okay. Yeah. Right. And has the 3 matches changed anything about how you guys have approached it or what you've done?
No, not really.
No?
I'm hoping to this is my time now, hopefully. I've sort of had a bit of a broken start to the year, but now I'm getting some consistency rolling into another match in a week and a half.
Yep.
Another match 3 weeks after that.
Yep.
Heading to the States for a month for a whole bunch of shooting.
Mm.
Come back to finale, hopefully hit the ground running.
Mm.
So
Yep.
see how we go.
Yeah, I think it's definitely that sort of trigger time. And the last 3 matches leading up to them, I've been like super rushed trying to get everything sorted and work stuff and late nights and all that sort of thing. So
Yep.
I think like for Naoka, like I'm already halfway through my reloading process. It's almost ready to go.
I'll finish prepping my brows today.
Yeah, right.
So,
So I think
weeks ahead of usual.
yeah, I think it's definitely going to pay off. Just having everything sorted, squared away in those 2 or 3 nights leading up to it is just your clothes and you're sorted. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the going to America this year has kind of been my focus. So I'm kind of gearing myself up for that.
Yeah, tighten things
and
up.
the regular season here is a bit of a
warm up for it.
I'm hoping,
to keep you on the game, but
That's
not
right.
necessarily being your focus.
It's interesting because lots of people are different. I struggle to run at peak condition, if you want to call it peak shooting condition, anyway.
Yeah.
For an entire
You're an
year.
athlete.
Yeah, I'm a
Athlete
finely
sweat.
tuned athlete. I mean, I'm representing my company at my country at the World Championships. So now we're elite athletes, then.
Yeah.
Andy?
Athlete sweat.
Yeah, we're elite.
Sweat, baby, sweat.
Yeah, one of these to be elite, mate.
But yeah, so I tend to I like to have a run it.
Yep.
Sort of have a run at it. So I start in a bit slow and work into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a time thing as well. I just don't have time to train all year round.
For sure.
I'd be unhappily divorced.
Unhappily.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a lead into our looking at you teased the products that you had in front of you, Andy. You had some stuff arrived.
Yeah, well, they've been it's been a long wait. Lots of promises, lots of emotions, but something has finally turned up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what I previously ordered, but it's good enough.
Is it better?
We don't know.
Well, not from the previous thing, but from what I was using before.
Sorry, you didn't get that one.
Yeah, didn't get that one.
Compared to sorry, fair point.
Compared to the other things I've used, I do find it better.
What about muzzle brakes?
But yeah, that one's a little bit rough. You
Tunable muzzle brake.
Get it past like the first couple of ribs, and you're like, oh, it sort of hurts, but no.
Okay. Good.
So yeah, no, I do find it better. I used it at the last club match, and it did take a little bit of getting used to. I think by a little bit, I meant maybe like 10 shots.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of shuffled some weight around on my rifle as well, just because it does push the front down, which I don't mind, because if your reticle dips down like that 1 mil, half to 1 mil, it's sort of, you got all free space up there so you can see what's happening. Where previously I was getting muzzle rise and sort of getting mixed in with the reticle and things like that. So
it's really interesting because I reckon that you can, with that, I think you can tune your rifle now.
True.
So we talked about it at the range. I think you can add some buttstock weights.
Yep.
And you should be able to get that tracking back.
Yep.
Nice. So it just comes straight back and there's no muzzle.
There's neither. Yeah.
Muzzle jump or fall.
Yep.
And I think you'll benefit.
Yep. Definitely.
You'll benefit from being able to tune it.
And I did try like completely free recoiling it. And I think it did track back like pretty well straight. I think as it
So you're
down,
the problem.
Yeah, I'm definitely the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when it like dips down when you fire, but when it tracks back on the bag, I think it just rises up back to exactly where it needs to be.
Okay.
This bag?
That bag. Yeah, so I gave this a go as well.
Yep.
Which is also by Strike Without Warning, and it's very different to what I'm used to.
Okay.
But it's silky. I don't know how to explain it.
No, it's not silky. It's like, it's really funky. Like
that sounds more useful. Everyone knows what you're talking about now.
Do you know do you know kinetic sand you get in kits?
Yes.
It's like kinetic sand. Like you sort of you squish it and it kind of it's a bit sticky.
It's different.
It's got the special sauce in it.
You can have that back now. What have you done to it?
But yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different, but it was solid. So
yeah, it's certainly. I get what you're saying about the kinetic sand feeling.
Yeah,
and the bag's grippy without being like feeling stuck to it.
What I did realise though is one of our prone stages was in like fine dirt, gravelly sort of stuff at their club.
That'd be perfect.
That got covered.
Yeah.
So
that's what when I wax my the game changers and stuff. Yeah,
I'm glad that went where you said
game changers. Yeah,
yeah. Okay,
I saw the pre-show chat and I was not going down that that path.
Good.
So trying out some new gear. It's gone all right.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like a lead up to World Championships to try some new equipment out. Yeah.
So Plushy, what Andy's experiencing here is testing before he goes and shoots the match that matters. So, way to rag on him for doing what you should have done.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Good man. Dear. Good man. Although then again, you said that your focus is on the Worlds.
That's
so
right.
using
the season is a trainer.
This is just training. Yeah. No pressure. No, just having fun.
Yep.
Just training.
That's why you got nerves at the beginning.
Because the real competition is the Australian finale.
Oh,
so America's just training too.
Oh, wow.
When you think about it like that.
Okay. Well, you better do better to place higher at the finale.
I better qualify.
Is 15 high enough to get into the finale?
I think I peaked too early when I shot over in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I got third there, and now it's just... Pfft.
You know that they changed the prize walks this year, so there's no advantage to being semi-pro next year? You don't get a walk of the table.
That's not what I'm trying. That's not what I'm trying to do. If I wanted to do that, I'll go shoot my 2-2-3.
You've ruined his plan. You've ruined his plan, mate. He'd been committing for the last 7 months of developing that process.
He's going to come in 16th place. He's going to fall over right at the last hurdle and come semi-pro next year.
I'm leading the match. Oh, look, donut. Oh, that's a shame. No. I stuffed up my mag change.
No.
Oh, no.
I did it while I was prone.
Another double feed.
Yeah.
What else we doing? We got a 17-hour car drive coming up.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun. You guys should podcast that. No, don't.
We decided to be tight asses.
Yeah. Okay, so you're driving to Nooka.
You say tight ass,
but I was going to say it's a sensible.
I think it's taking risk out of it. Like, yes, there is risk with driving, but also there's risk with flying and weight restrictions.
More people die on the roads than in the planes. Just if you're talking about risk.
Yeah. But I guess like
wow,
that final flight to, was it Tamworth?
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah, I think he's going to be quite busy with a lot of shooters and a lot of weight. And we were sort of wondering if all the gear will get there.
I think you've made a sensible decision.
Well, I think we looked at it, and I think flights were $800 or $900.
True, yeah, plus the cost.
Plus you need a hire car when you're there.
Yep.
Plus extra baggage as well if you can get it.
Yep.
So we're like, you're easily going to be $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 in.
Yeah, right.
we're going to drive, and we reckon the car will go there and back for $300 in diesel.
Yeah,
for three of us.
Yeah. And you, I mean, it'll be longer to drive, but not necessarily
not a huge amount longer.
No, by the time you line up, we'll get to the airport, all that stuff, transfer flights. Yep.
Yeah, I think you're probably talking 5 or 6 hours more in the car.
Yep.
A little bit less comfortable because you obviously can't stretch your legs and stuff like that so easy. But
so have you been on a plane not in first class?
Oh wow! What is there another class?
There is.
Oh wow! Okay,
there is.
Right.
Yeah, not every flight is $40,000.
Right. Okay. Well, hang on. You don't take your own plane.
I don't. It's a
got to the shop.
it's being worked on at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Where is Badco?
He's flown away.
Yeah, do you want to go to Tamworth in a couple of weeks, buddy?
Yeah, just drop you off, parachute you out.
Just take helicopter.
Take as much gear as you want.
Helicopter.
Yeah,
that'd be all right.
That'd be good. So you're driving.
We are driving.
Yep.
Okay, good.
You, me, and the old man.
Oh yeah.
And then we're sharing a 3-bed hotel room.
It's better than sharing a 1-bed hotel room.
Well, you make a good point.
Yeah. I mean, wait, hang on. How many people were sharing the 3-bed hotel room?
I'm hoping 3.
Okay. Oh, that seems to line up for logical sense. Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be good. We thought about starting a new podcast.
Oh, do it.
Kilometers to matches.
So there'll be more of them. Is that what, there'll be more podcasts?
More podcasts. Worse content.
Well, the second part was never
this show or their show.
The second part was never in question.
Yeah,
for this show.
Worse content. Yeah.
Just trying to figure out the gap we're talking about here.
Okay.
A
But you guys
lot or a little. Yeah.
You guys only speak in Emerald, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
No, I want inches per 100 yards, please.
Worth content. Yeah.
That is another interesting thing. Talking to the Kiwis while they were over, and they're like, "Why do all you guys use mils? Why are you using like FPS and
miles per hour,
FPS.
FPS.
And FPS and that sort of stuff? Why aren't you using centimeters and millimeters and Ks per hour?" And I was like, I don't know.
Because it confuses you guys.
Yeah. Because they're fully metric over there, where we're a bit of an
because the
in-between.
conversion is 1 point sucks.
Fair. Fair. Okay.
There's your answer, Collie.
It's a tricky one because
It is.
once upon it, you just want to talk the same language as everybody else, and when we started, that's the language everybody spoke in.
It's I think because I remember back in the PRI days, there was a few guys that were talking meters per second for wind, but of the, and I don't know how prevalent they are now, but certainly when I was shooting a lot, miles per hour works with the wind formulas really easily. It was a much easier number to work in with, rather than introducing a decimal place into a meters per second sort of formula, and not quite that quick at maths, but you could run a like a mil or even MOA formula with miles per hour pretty quickly, and the bracketing seemed to make sense. So miles per hour, like I tried to go down the meters per second path for a while and went, this miles per hour just is quicker to work with.
I'll let you in a little secret.
Here we go.
When I'm watching, like, if you've got dust or something, you can actually get a reference point of how fast the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
I actually estimate it in meters per second, and then I convert it to miles per hour.
Yeah.
So I can talk the same language as everybody else. So I actually work in meters per second.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I mean, I can see
then I
that
do
where
a
you
conversion.
watch it and you actually do it. Yeah.
For me, that's an easy thing. It's an easy thing to look at and go, okay, there's a thing in the background. I think that's 3 meters.
Oh, well, you've got
wide.
that cyborg eye with the ruler in it. So,
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense why you'd do that.
You did not get the reticle option in your eye?
I haven't gone to that point. Yeah,
Right,
I'm
okay,
so frustrated with my eyes that I've stayed them out like you did. So
Cool.
we've lived different lives.
See, I look at a bit of dust and go, now, is that walking speed or running speed?
I wouldn't know what running speed is, so that doesn't
Fair
help
enough.
me.
On occasion, I'll do that. I'll be like, 3 miles an hour is a slow walk.
Yeah.
5 miles an hour is a brisk walk. 10
That's
miles
it.
an hour, you're running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That brisk walk sounds a bit too fast.
Is that brisket? I mean,
Brisket.
I mean, is it brisket?
Oh, you'll love Nyoka then.
Yeah.
Brisket
I
what?
didn't take the food package, and it's slightly killing me.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
tell you
sure
why.
I'm sure it's not too late.
Well, it won't be killing your cholesterols.
Well, no, because I rang Trent and said, "Hey, can I get dinner only on Saturday night?" And he's like, "Why would you want to do that?" And I was like, "'Cause I want to be able to shoot in between eating, and feel good about myself." And he's like, "Huh? No, it's all or nothing." And I was like, "Oh, okay, nothing." And he's like, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, "'Cause I want to shoot good." So I didn't take out the meal package, which I feel on Saturday night when everyone's having brisket, and I'm not. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I'm just going
I
to
wonder
steal
if we
some.
can
It'll
just-
be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if we can like take baggies and of leftover food and stuff for the drive back.
Dye your hair and call yourself Andy.
Dumb my head. Oh,
Not you, him.
You'd have to dye his hair. Yeah.
I was here talking to the chef. It can't be that hard.
Nah.
This is how I cook a brisket. How do you cook a brisket? And we'll be brisket buddies.
And be like, oh, your
Good
brisket's amazing. Could I try it a little bit?
Exactly. I'm going to try it for everybody else.
Can I try all of it?
Can I try some of your meat? That's how that will go down.
Yeah.
It was my birthday the other week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you'll hear from the background, Plushy, you're up next. Oh, shit. Give me some food.
I'm going to go park the smoking trailer right next to the firing line.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wind indicator.
Winds, yeah.
And then it'll distract everybody when they're trying to shoot. Brisket goodness.
Smells so good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Very good, gents. Well, good luck in. Oh no, we've got to do our points, our scores.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Yeah. I mean, we do.
Well, I can't remember what I did, so I'm glad you wrote it down somewhere.
And then we got to set up a new ones actually. So I did write it down. We'll summarize it because we don't have a lot of time.
Yep.
So here we are. Who's up first? So I chose Plushy to win.
Nope.
Collie to come second. Lucas to come third. So I was on 0. Josh was dead, so he didn't put anything in.
Hang on, don't you get a point for Lucas coming in the podium?
He got third, didn't he?
Didn't Lucas get second or third?
Fourth. No, third. No,
Oh, did I? Have I not actually updated this?
I reckon he got third.
You bring it up and let's do it live then. Let's do it live.
Doing it live.
Okay, cool.
I've got the app. Hang on.
Well, I can guarantee you Josh got 0.
Well, Josh didn't shoot, so of course he got 0.
Even that's not the deciding factor, mate.
Right.
Josh could shoot and still get 0.
Yeah, Luke got 3rd place.
Oh, really?
You wouldn't believe who got 4th place.
I got 2 points. I got 2 points then. All right. Maybe I didn't update this.
I'm not there. No, you got to scroll down.
No, it doesn't go that far.
Oh, there I am.
What? Oh, it's gone.
Oh,
All right.
That's a long way down.
that far down.
Andy,
Yeah.
Plushy be checking these. Collie for first.
No,
bad collie.
he had a bad weekend.
Aaron for second.
No.
Plushy for third.
No.
Okay,
I mean, I was
cool.
closer to that place than the other 2.
All right, Plushy, your calls
Jeez.
was Collie for the first.
Nope.
Kiwi number 2, generic Kiwi
Yeah.
number 2.
Nope.
Ian. Unlucky.
Ian.
You let me
No.
down, buddy.
Scott McMillan
Didn't shoot.
didn't shoot, so your ring-in becomes, or your wild card is Michael Blackburn.
Hey.
Oi.
Hey.
How did he go?
He might have picked up his first match win.
He
Yeah.
certainly
Well done,
did.
Mr. Blackburn.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
But that means only 1 point for you, Plushy.
Oh, that's ripped.
That's right.
Bullshit.
Yeah, so we've got some tallies updates. So that will bring Plushy's on 5 points.
That sounds low.
Yeah, because it hasn't added this last in.
Hey.
So Plushy's on 6 points.
Not as low as 15th.
Andy remains on 8.
Cool.
Josh remains on 7. And I move up to 7 as well.
Ooh. Watch out.
Oh, look out.
She's tight.
Ooh.
Yes. So we should...
I meant the scoring.
yeah, me too.
Scoring.
That's
Yeah,
what I was...
scoring
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So on to Nyoka. Who,
Ooh.
gentlemen,
don't know
who
who's
are
shooting.
your... Well, just throw some names. We got the wild cards in there. So
Mm.
take your pick. And I'll make sure I do results before next time round. Okay, so Plushy, you're picking some of the tactical guys. So Crispy, where's Crispy sitting in position?
Crispy's going to come in second.
Second. Okay, so who's beating Crispy?
Mr. Ashporner.
Ash.
This should be right up his alley. He's shot plenty of matches in the US.
Yep. And third?
Mr. Steve Blacker.
Oh, going double tactical.
Why
All
not?
right. I like it.
I'm thinking Steve as well because he's shooting 308. Wasn't
Yes.
he? Yeah.
Andy?
Yep. And my wild card,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Mr. Michael Blackburn.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Oh, he's coming through with the goods again, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon he'll
Yeah, okay. Good.
save the day.
Andy, have you got the top 3 to
See that list again.
select?
But that's
Well-
not the list of people shooting. That's just the list of people that shot the last match.
Yeah, correct. Which was a lot of people.
Right.
Yes.
Which was a lot of people. Yeah. Okay, good.
I'm going to go Ash.
Ash in first as
Yep.
well. You're stacking points with a...
Yep. Then Guy.
Yep.
And then Steve Blacker.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
That's all right. Well, like I said, I thought it was a good pick.
And your wild card?
Joel Rinaldi.
Joel Rinaldi.
Double thanks for the vote of confidence.
Getting in your head.
Righto. I am going to go with Plushy using the 25.
Yeah,
Oof,
he
look
needs the
out.
confidence. Yeah, I see you're not voting on me.
I thought about picking myself, but I thought that.
Yeah, I've seen you shoot, Andy.
I've got
seen-
new gear.
I've seen you shoot. Yeah, that went really well for Plushy last time.
He's going to go away this weekend and learn how to use it.
It's
I
going
don't have to go anywhere.
He's going to go away next weekend and learn how to use it.
Yep.
Is I think the problem. I will also go for. I'm going to go with Michael Blackburn in the mix. He's currently leading the series.
He's got some
Smashing
form.
it.
He's got some form.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I forgot you were
Great.
shooting. You might do well with the 25.
Said that a little bit too.
I'm going to put Chris Cross in there.
Christy Cross.
Yeah.
some long range stuff.
I think Chris is due a podium finish, and I know he's done a bunch of long range stuff. So maybe we're entering his world a little bit more.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Is he running a 6 or a 22?
6, I thought.
Okay. I was just going to tell you to change if he's running a 22, but that's okay.
That's all right. I'm gonna back him.
Let's do it, Crossy.
Let's go.
Come on. it's
And
your turn.
I will go with who have you? I'm trying to avoid the guys that you have picked.
Is Phil Lou shooting?
It was
I believe so.
3,100.
I mean, if it's ever going to have his 5,000 foot per second Creedmoor do well, it's going to be at this match.
I will. I'll put a bid in for Noski.
He's had some form lately.
He's been doing all right.
It's not a silly bid. Yeah,
It's not a silly bid.
It's not a silly bid.
I don't know. I'd probably get burned for this tomorrow, but I'm not sure how much long range Noski's done.
I think you're right. I don't know how much he's done, but I don't.
It's just a number. It really. It's
absolutely. But he's on the list, and Josh is going to get 0 points. So Can
we pick 4, Josh?
Ooh. Well, Aaron's been doing some long range stuff.
Why are you scrolling to the bottom of the list, Plushy? What? You know what I do is I will message Josh and ask him to put a bid in because we don't want him to miss too many.
True.
I will get him to put a list in and we'll talk about it next time. But I'll lock it into the spreadsheet prior to him to the shoot.
Sounds good.
All right, very good. Well, guys, thanks for watching, listening, doing whatever it is. Good luck at the shoot, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And we will chat to you after Noga.
Sounds good.
Can't wait.